All right. Hi and welcome. This is a do-over of chapter 2's reading number 3 because this one had no sound. So I will delete that and replace that with this one. And it is about the map of mixed emotions. There's no video existing as something I need to still create. I have not done that. There's only an audio recording and I cannot link that here. So I will show you the map when it's out here, and then till then, enjoy the reading. I hope you enjoyed it so far. Recognizing feelings and emotions. Feelings are for dealing what is now, and emotions are for healing the past, is a quote from Clinton Callahan. I'll put it a little bit up here. Okay. So the map of mixed emotion on the foundation of feelings. There's this map focused on the foundations of feelings and emotions, acknowledging that feelings are neither good nor bad, just only feelings. Just like primary colors, which can be mixed to produce all the other colors. We have just 4 core feelings in our limbic system that are mixed to produce all other feelings. And these 4 core feelings are fear, anger, sadness, and joy. Through them, our nervous system steers us in our human quest to grasp onto pleasure and evade pain in order to survive. Let's start with fear. Fear is an instinctive reaction in the face of danger. It's our survival cocktail. Number 1, at the roots of danger, inducing feelings. Fear can cause changes in the heart rate, elevate blood pressure, night sweat, tremors, and other physiological phenomena. It can even trigger the symptoms of cardiac arrest. As well-trained survival monkeys, we are hardwired to judge our environment and deal with external danger. So paradoxically, fear isn't the problem in its emotional raw form. It keeps us focused and able to respond to danger. Therefore, in some situations, fear is our friend. Just the fear of fear fucks us up. So come and go to belief of what fear is in the negative way. Fear is stressful, unstable, unprofessional, unreliable, unworthy, ridiculous, unpredictable, and unproductive. Fear induces anger, is hysterical, wild, contagious, makes us feel small, powerless, vulnerable, insecure, a loser or a burden on others. Fear isn't credible, it has no place and has to be overcome. We should hide it or risk being exiled or disowned by fear. So evolved go to believe on what fear is. Yeah, so when you go deeper into that, is the magician, the sorceress, the shaman, and the creator. Fear helps us to be aware of danger, to stay focused, gives us discernment to see more clearly so as to create opportunities and possibilities. Fear prompts us to pay attention, ask questions, demand information, explore research, and take intelligent risks. It's an introduction to move and go non-linear, to discover and improvise in creative ways. Anger. Anger is agitation resulting from a perception of being violated, disrespected, or wrongly threatened. It stems from an instinctive self-preparedness triggered within the nervous system. It causes your body to release adrenaline, your muscle to tighten, your heart rate and blood pressure to increase, and your senses to feel more acute. This physical reaction arms us with a weapon to protect ourselves by fighting danger. Anger enables us to leash out in some way in order to unarm the perceived threat. So when we are angry, we tend to react rather than rationally act. So both active and passively expressions of anger are defensive. Actively, directly, we express our defense verbally by shouting, insulting, threatening, and beating bigging ourselves up. Physically, we express our defense, for example, by banging or throwing things around, hitting out or blowing the horn in traffic. Passively, indirectly, we express anger by ignoring, blocking, making snide comments, and other forms of silencing or hinting. Anger signals to others that they aren't safe around you and that they should back off. That's what anger is for, just like stop. Come and go to believe what anger is. The untransformed way of looking at anger. Anger is putting your stress into others, disturbs the peace, it lost control, aggressive, wrong, hurtful, irresponsible, dangerous, untrustworthy, scary, the root of all evil, destructive, violent, and starts war. It's being a perpetrator, a psychopath, uncivilized, animalistic, and savage. So the evolved go-to belief, what anger is when you transform that, is the warrior, the doer, and the maker. Anger is experienced by everyone. It's important to discern its cause with exquisite self-awareness in order to avoid blind reactions. Destructive anger occurs when it's used against those weaker as a form of power over. Anger can also be channeled constructively as an energy to create and protect, to provide discernment as a bullshit detector. Clarity to know what is important, focus to take action, or a prompt to say stop or no. It can be a catalyst to make decisions, to do what you care about, to change your mind, to change things, to set a boundary, and to say yes, and to make agreements. So anger is good in a good way. Sadness. Sadness is a feeling of failure or loss. It can range from mild disappointment to extreme despair. Sadness is often triggered by ending and goodbye, such as the rejection of someone you value or the sickness or death of a loved one. It can arise through changes in aspect of identity within your home, social or working life, and from disappointment through an unexpected outcome or missed opportunity. Sadness can feel both painful or numb and can be expressed through a slouched, contracted or slumped posture, through tears and sobbing or withdrawal, lack of expression. There's often an inability to focus or participate fully in life. Sadness serves an important role in signaling a need to receive help or comfort from others. It's a vital part of human social engagement, so we can get support in order to survive hard times. So the old go-to belief what sadness is, so in an untransformed way. Sadness is playing the victim. It's needy, it's childish, ugly, worthless, pathetic, or pitiable. Men don't cry, it looks bad. It's unproductive, unprofessional, emotional, unstable, irreliable, a party killer, incompetent, dysfunctional. It's not fun. It disconnects, drains others, attracts rescuer, and is a melancholic black hole. So the new go-to belief of what sadness is, it's an intimacy journey, the lover and communicator. So in a transformed way, sadness is being present, open, honest, eliminates resistance, lets things, people, and situations go. It's releasing, softening, and healing, helps find appreciation, acceptance, and equanimity. It's transformative. Alchemy turns the pain of grieving into compassion, empathy, listening, and support. It helps us to find gratitude, generosity, and creates intimate connection through vulnerability and surrender. Number 4, joy. Joy is a state of pleasure, excitement, happiness, curiosity, contentment, comfort, well-being, and playfulness. Joy happens when your nervous system feels safe. It can feel like an uplifting and open free flow of being, a believing and allowing that all is and will be well. It can range from mild pleasure to amusement through intense excitement to an experience of relaxed and timeless bliss. Joy can arise through delighted experience through our senses, personal accomplishment, good fortune, self-appreciation, connection through acceptance within social groups, through love and support, a sense of freedom, connection to the natural world, excitement at the prospect of an opportunity, artistic expression, and any other activity you're naturally drawn to take part in. So when we feel some form of joy, our nervous system is in a state where healing, rejuvenation, trust, and intimacy are possible. So joy is expressed through smiles, laughter, shining eyes, a relaxed, upright, expansive, and open posture, a soothing voice, humor, and charisma, and this radiates outwards to other people, signalizing to their nervous system that you are safe to approach, which makes connection possible. So the common belief of what joy is an untransformed way, so the old pattern of making joy wrong. Too much joy is stupid, it's selfish, childish, ridiculous, overbearing, entitled, unrealistic, disconnected, insane, delusional, irresponsible. It's drug-induced, crazy, sick, or naive. It shows too much energy and not enough work. It's immature, unproductive, violent, parasitical, irritating, dangerous, inauthentic, not serious, or inattentive. It provokes envy, guilt, and unempathetic reactions. How dare you to be happier than I am? So the evolved Gaotu belief of what joy is, so the transformed part of joy, guides you into the king and queen dynamics of possibilities and surrender. Joy is a celebration of life, being in the presence, innocence, self-wonder, appreciation, connection. It's flow, uplifting, inspiring, and inspiration. Empowerment and empowering. It's pleasure, awe, praise, grace, being fully alive, adventure. It's exploration, taking responsibility, nurturing, healing, collaboration, team building, sharing generously, playful, visionary, wisdom, genesis, source, communion, completion, and surrender to all that is. So here is the map of mixed emotions. Here comes this thing again, overexposed. Can I change that? I tried that. Oh no, here you can see it. So that's the map of mixed emotions. So anger, sadness, fear, and joy. And that's the mix of the four. Okay. This needs a video, and I will make one soon. So you'll have noticed that mixed feelings are common, a combination of either 2, 3, or 4 of the core feelings. So if we look at the map, we see encircled emotions, which are a mixture of the core emotions on either side. An example of 2 core feelings mixed together could be anger and sadness, which result in depression. Others combine to result in aggression, jealousy, grief, guilt, shame, blame, envy, and so on. So the map of mixed emotion makes your feelings and emotions more transparent, so that instead of them seeming like a kind of unconscious blur that you can't quite put your finger on, you're able to recognize and identify the core emotions involved. And the core emotions is the one that feels the strongest. This is more often than not anger, which comes up in order to defend and protect yourself. It could also be sadness, joy, or fear, and it really depends on the individual. So the direct route helps you to increase awareness and interoception. So recognizing and regulating of emotions requires a coherent relationship with the self, obviously. This means effective communication between your body, thoughts, and your feelings. Another word for tuning into your feelings is interoception. This is the awareness of sensations inside of the body, physically sensations including your heartbeat, respiration, and satiety, as well as nervous system activity related to feelings and emotions. Mindfulness practices, especially those related to touch and sensations, wake up introspective awareness. It does. Sensations from the body underlie most, if not all, of our emotional feelings, particularly those that are most intense and most basic to survive, because interoception is a wide window to your emotional experience. Being responsive to interoceptive information allows you to be aware of an emotion cue early. This means you're more able to process and choose a course of action at the onset of stressful events. It allows you to have a more integrated sense of self, so that self-regulation or co-regulation is an option before things spiral out of control. If you tune into your feelings, each one has its own clarity, distinctive flavor. So when we are familiar with how each of these feels, we have access to their roots, so we can more easily understand the cause of the emotional effect and the reason they arise. So when we have more emotional awareness, we can more easily bring balance to our general health and performance and well-being and social connections. The difference between feelings and emotions. So many people ask me that again and again and again. Here it comes. What's the difference between feelings and emotions? Be tuned in. Okay. Our feelings are for engaging with our environment in real time. Children are masters of this. They express their feelings as they come up, which usually takes about 1.5 to 2 minutes. When an expression of feeling loiters longer than this time frame, it means you aren't dealing with a feeling at all, but an emotion from a past, maybe traumatic event. Many feelings we don't express for whatever reason stay stored inside, only to rise up again as an emotion when we find ourselves in a similar situation to when they first occurred. You might feel something is getting on your nerves, and that's accurate, because at this moment your sympathetic nervous system goes into activation, fight or flight. So let's say someone forgets an appointment they made with you and feel anger begin to rise. And this is a feeling. It's only an emotion if it touches on a trigger from a past traumatic event, such as being dismissed or unappreciated. This can happen when, for example, another person let you down and had little responsibility for their action, which results in you feeling disrespected and uncared for. This type of past experience caused a memory to form and be labeled as dangerous. So when we deal with a feeling in the moment by saying, for example, hey, I found it really inconvenient that you didn't show up, the anger you're feeling has space to be a right. Seen, heard, felt, and acknowledged. This way, the nervous system feels recognized, is able to relax, and you can move on. So when we can allow ourselves to do this, we can allow others to express their feelings too. And this quality of our relationships increases as a result. Another example of emotions are experiencing overwhelm in a disembodiement when asked to speak in public. Feeling wobbly in a high place while looking down, or panicky when we are in water. Once we are aware of and able to express what we're experiencing, we can ask ourselves, when did this first happen? And are more able to trace the emotion back to its source. Some internalized emotions may require a form of therapy for them to be processed. There are different approaches for different people, types, and trauma, and expression of it. So you need to find them. It's especially useful within practitioner work to catch different cues of responses from clients. In this way, the practitioner can guide the client's awareness of their feelings or emotions, which is a vital step within the healing process. So guiding others, of course, requires personal commitment to self-development. Practitioners must heal their own experiences of trauma first, so we can only guide another person as deeply we have gotten ourselves. You have a right to your feelings. We are part of nature, though due to being consciously aware, we often see ourselves as separated from it. But usually we are just complicated animals trying to survive by lot of reading. Trying to survive by getting our needs met in the most pleasant possible way. One way we do this through our feelings and emotions, a result of our nervous system gagging wherever we are safe or not. We all also have a meaning-making process where we attach a story to our experience so that we can make sense of our environment. So feelings allow us to release tension in our bodies, enable us to bond with another and signal when we need support. So you need your feelings. They're not wrong and they're not your shadows. So you have a responsibility for your action. To build a solid base of self-care, you have to know what you have a right to and what you are responsible for. Part of that is knowing you have a right to your personal thoughts, feelings, and emotions. What you have a responsibility for is your behavior. You have to react to what you think and feel. Resisting, suppressing, hiding, or blindly reacting in defense of your feelings and emotions is where shadows come into play. The behavioral survival strategies that we all employ to get our needs met when we avoid our truth. We will take a detailed look at the realm of shadows strategies later in this chapter. All right, thank you for listening. Again, that was a do-over of chapter 2, reading number 3. And again, if you have any questions, please post them in the comments below. Like and subscribe that you get a notification of the next reading. We are already in chapter number 4 at the moment. And if you like to read yourself, the book is available on Amazon as a hard copy and as a paperback. You can get that 50% off on my webpage. The link is as well in the description of this video, and you help to spread this word. All right. Thank you for being here. Have a beautiful day, and hopefully see you on the next reading.